These are 3 devices I have rescued from becoming e-waste by implementing my hardware level persistence protocol, HLPP. On the right, I have an Allwinner A13. In the middle, I have a Rockchip RK2926. And on the left, I have Actions ATM7021A. These 3 devices have lost already their touch screen. 2 of them had lost totally their NAND, that one and that one, and the third one partially have lost the beginning of NAND, but it can be skipped to put a minimal system of Android. But this is considered for me as a failure for NAND because it cannot be also upgraded, all of them. They are almost 2011 or 2013 models, so I don't think it can be upgraded, so it's totally bricked. So this is my ARM32 bare metal assembly code, which is considered as a restorations for these 3 devices. I have restored them to a minimal functional state, a desktop clock with a time, date, and battery monitoring. And since the touch screen are dead, I've mapped the controls to the physical buttons, which is the power and volume up and volume down. Let's see an example for that. It's for Allwinner. I here removing the battery connection. You can see now the battery percentage is dropping and the color changed. Okay, see when I connect, the light is turned on and then the battery is giving you a good percentage. I can remove the percentage and add it by pressing the volume up to become, where is it, sorry, here. And also I can change the date, which is April 20, 2026, that's Monday, but I can make it also not numeric, into a numeric by pressing the volume down. So here it is. But to set the time, let's press the power button once. That's to setting the seconds, and you can see now I can control the seconds by pressing. I can get it backward and get it forward, and I can control the time, the minutes, going back and going forth, and you can see it's dynamically responding. You can see it only in also in digital and in analog. The same for the hours and for the weekday, also for everything, you know. Then return back to the state of this clock itself. It's all the same for the 3 of them. Okay, there is one added thing for that one, the Rockchip. Let me see it from closer. First of all, this screen is a little bit, you know, having a problem, but it's still working. Okay, you can see now that it's still appearing and everything, but you can see I can control the volume up and volume down by which is appearing, you know, like which is showing the percentage of the battery maybe, but using the gyroscope. So if I press it like this, it shows now the percentage. If I press like that again, it hide it. So like this, show it, like this, hide it. This proves something actually, that it can be work also as a controller, not only as something like that, because the gyroscope is good. This proves that it can be working in many applications. It's proven bare metal sensor integration, you know. So a system boots from a tiny SD card using my custom ARM32 assembly code. Once loaded into this SoC internal memory, you no longer need it. So I can remove totally the SD card, and still working, as you can see. The same for everyone. I can also remove it. And this one. Normally this proves something very important, that if it's going to be a protocol, it's going to be on the SoC SRAM itself, and it can start from the beginning of the tablet when it starts, and then whenever anything happens to the tablet, it can at least having a minimum usage, so we don't have to throw it away. So as you can see, the utilities still remain active. Let's give it some time to see how it works, you know, and if it's going to fail after. But it's remaining in the RAM and it's very stable even without the SD card. Let's wait and see. Let's see now, if I restart, you see the condition of each one as it was. So I will press and hold the power. See now how it was without the system. Look, that the A13. Let's start it again. Now it's power off. Let's try to start it. Yes, it started. But look what's going to happen. Yes, that's the name of the tablet. IT key IT708. And start the Android. But will it move? No. It will remain like this forever. Let's keep it like this and try the same for the other one. This one is something else. It does not start at all, does not show even the logo enough if I shut it down. Look, I shut it down now. Okay, now I try to restart it. And nothing. Really. It won't start. This one loses mostly everything. But still, the screen is working, the SoC is working, so we can get use of them. The last one, actually this one is interesting because I could skip the first blocks that it was bad in the beginning of the NAND, and I can run an ice cream Android on it. So if I restart it, it will restart actually in Android, not in my system, since I removed already that SD card. Let's hold it. and then let's start again. So this one will start. Let's see. Of course, as you can see, this is the conditions, the three conditions of the three tablets when I get them. So this is a silicon immortality. By adding this fallback as an ISO standard, we can prevent these machines from contributing to the global carbon emission and give them a second life. So this is a vital thing. Thank you for watching the video.